Who says crime doesn't pay? Many years ago, a New South Wales Deputy Commissioner of Police was doing his MBA at Macquarie Business School. He later asked two of his lecturers, Robert Bruce and I, if we would devise some projects with a non-traditional police bent. One of the briefs I took was looking at the drug industry, but that is another story for another day. Robert had an interesting specialty and did a business and strategy analysis of burglary. The data from arrests showed that these buccaneers of the cash economy are very lazy. Who would have guessed? Burglars annoy those burgled, enough to complain to politicians, which might then require a response from the police. So the police tried a sting operation. It was proactive. At the time, most stolen goods were fenced through pawn shops, followed by car boot sales, online and classified advertising. Pawn shops were the preferred means for several reasons, such as convenience and absence of a digital footprint. Besides, selling directly to pawn shops was better than doing to the public, and that involves real work. Burglars generally committed their robberies within a few kilometres of home and fenced the goods within 5 kilometres. I guess it would be difficult to claim travelling expenses on their tax returns. The sting operation by the police involved setting up their own pawn shop and taking note of who brought in the stolen goods. But patience was not a virtue for the police. The operation was expensive and police commanders wanted an early win. So the police pawn shop started offering ever higher prices for stolen goods to hurry along the process. Damn economics. There was a major uplift in burglaries and other thefts as burglars young and old, retired and new, joined the gold rush. They increased supply. Then the operation was sprung and the criminals arrested. The courts were quite lenient on sentencing given the enticement of the police. Net results, an uplift in burglaries, and some inexperienced burglars, and dumb ones, learned the trade. The burglars also believed that the penalties were quite lenient. Not a good outcome. Expensive and unrewarding for the police. However, for the burglars, it was a different story. In the words of the late Chopper Read, who says crime doesn't pay. We wondered where in the value chain was the best place to remove the incentive to burgle. Appealing to the better nature of burglars was unlikely to work. They did not have a better nature. Catching them in the act had already proved to be elusive. Moving along the value chain, we come to selling the goods. The pawn shops were still preferred as it was instant cash and separated the burglar from the public and the police. Disrupt or block anywhere along the value chain and you change the economics of the industry. The plan was for General Duties Police to be tasked with going into random pawn shops in their area, select 5 goods off the shelf, and demand that the pawnbrokers show the records of who had pawned the goods, where they lived, how long the goods were past their original pledge date. Burglars do not go back to retrieve their stolen goods. If anything was remiss in the records, the proprietor was given one warning, and next time, prosecution. The plan was trialled in the Blacktown area of Sydney. In just a few months, the crime statistics showed a drop of nearly 70% in burglaries in that district. Not much transferred to neighbouring districts. The burglars really are that travel adverse. So after industry analysis, especially putting maximum leverage where it would have the greatest effect along the supply chain, we have a game changer. But like a chess player, you need to think at least a few more moves ahead. Thus, the noble arts of burglary and policing still flourish. If you enjoyed watching this video, please click on the thumbs up button and subscribe to receive more content. We'll let you off with a warning this time.